fashion grow. Legendary fashion grow. Bold and sexy. Legendary fashion grow. And sexy. Legendary fashion grow. Bold.
I got some good news for the family. I'm going to give you some time to get in here. But by the grace of God, I do have some good news. Today was a busy day. I've been ripping and running. And remember, Mother Bianca, how have you been, gorgeous? Not only how have you been, but how are things, period? Because when I last saw you, you were in a good state. I loved where you were with your life. I loved everything about what you had going on. Is it safe to say everything is still on the up and up? Because that's where I last saw you. When I last saw you, you were soaring. And I pray that that's still the case. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Hold on. So when I last was here with you guys this morning, I had to, you already know I had a lot going on. I spoke with a bunch of attorneys, but what's crazy is, a lot is crazy. We're going to see. Oh shit, that's what I need to do. I'm like, what am I forgetting? It's not over yet. Hold on. Let me charge my phone too, because that's another part. My phone is dying. A lot is the best. I gotta tell you, like, but you know, I don't like stressing. I like for things to be easy, breezy, beautiful, cover girl. Where's my other one here? I think I left it in the car. Do I want to run out real quick? Give me a second. Let me run out to the car.
Front door.
Don't forget to take out the trash.
Front door.
I was wrong about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where I put that one, to be honest. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know where I put it, to be real.
Don't forget to take out the trash.
But we're gonna make do with what we have. But yeah, so when I last was here with you all, I told you I was going to hang out with this guy. He says I think we should, that's what he said first. But then when we hung out one time, it came up in conversation, like, I don't know why he spun the block on it, but it was like, what are you attracted to? And he was asking me questions that, to me, I would be asking if maybe I was interested. But that's not always the case. Maybe you just want to know. What do I know? I'm not going to put too much weight on it. I mean, he's cute to me. I like him. You know, I dropped him to the train station. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really going too deep on it. But I mean, if it's fun. He invited, when I left y'all, I didn't go to take him straight to work. First, he was like doing his workout and all this other stuff, Pilates, whatever. And I was like, this is, And I'm like, is he doing this on purpose? Talking about something, oh, I think we should just stay friends. But then I be feeling like, but see, I'm not gonna get sucked into a web. It's either you like me or you don't. Like, I can do the flirtation and we can dance around it to a point. Oh, I have something in my pocket. Maybe it's in my pocket. Okay, so we have a lighter. I know for sure I had that one hitter. I just don't know where I put it. Truly. Life, you said life's been lifing. But one monkey don't stop no show. Hello. So now the screen is frozen. See how these bitches be hating? So it's still giving Frozen? We're still giving you Elsa? Oh my gosh. See what I'm saying? I can't even, maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about this. Do y'all think maybe it's because I'm not supposed to be talking about this that it froze? Because maybe that could be it.
Front door.
You said it's okay now? See? Maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about it.
Don't forget to take out the trash.
But all I was gonna say is, to cut it long story short, is I'm not gonna say that he likes me, because maybe he don't. I'm very okay with stuff like that. Like, I don't be like, you don't like me, you don't like me. I mean, he likes me enough. He wants to hang out with me. It went from, we would see for like maybe the last 2-3 years, I would see him maybe once or twice a week just walking. And at first I thought he was stuck up. And he is kind of bougie and stuck up. But he's still cute to me. Until it gets too deep into that area. If it gets too bougie, then it's like, okay, it's not cute anymore. But just the right amount. But the point is, and I don't know if he's the right amount yet, because I'm just, getting involved. But I think at first he thought we both had the same preference, if you get what I'm saying. And then some kind of way when we were gonna go to the party. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you told me that you thought we would just be better friends. And then that's the other part. Then he's a Taurus. Oh my God, my ex was a Taurus. I like Taurus. But I can see why I get it. I get the whole thing. But the point is I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, he's saying he don't, like, oh, let's just be friends. But it's giving me, you giving me mixed signals, girl. And it's only so long I'm going to be able to roll with that. Because for right now, it's cute. I can work with it. But in a little while, it might not be as cute. Because I came right out and told him that I had a crush on him. I was like, look, because I'm beyond that. You remember when we were younger and you used to have a crush on someone and it would be like, you would go months and months and months. Some of these bitches go years. Now, I'm not going to take it for years. Because when he would be walking by, it would just be like, oh, he cute, whatever. Remember that? Remember there was a gay guy that I'd be like, oh, he look a little stuck up. That's the same one I'm talking about now. So, and he is a little bougie. And his dog is bougie too. It's a beautiful dog though, let's be for real. It's a beautiful dog. But it's just bougie. To me, this was a case of, look how our animals, because I had brought Sabine. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you saying we should just be friends. And maybe we should. But the way it's giving me right now is giving me, we're not calling it a date, but it's giving date. You don't think so? The first time, that's how it happened is finally after all these years, because I've been thought he was cute, but I always felt like, bitch, I'm the nice one, so you should speak to me. And guess what? I was right. I am the nice one. I mean, he's nice too, but I just mean, like, I can tell I'm the nice one. I'm all of the ones, but I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like, how about this? He's going to come across more bougie in the front, but then when you get to know him, maybe he's sweet. I'm going to come across more sweet in the front. It's not that I'm bougie in the back, but it's just there's other elements that you're not seeing. It's just not a bougie element, but it's an element. But, Allah is the fucking best. Forgive my language. Forgive me. You are the fucking best. So anyway, so when he saw me, we saw each other. Then on his way back, we saw each other again, and he saw me smoking. He was like, oh, that's what I'm about to do. I figured we've been at this for years now. Seeing each other. You said, speaking of, I was just watching. Hold on. Speaking of, I was just watching Me and One Nice One of the best things you. Hold on, are you talking about Conscious, my show from back in the day? Because when I hear Me and One Nice One, that's what I'm thinking. It's Conscious, which is a show that I really had high. That and Tiny Toy Kingdom. of all the little things where I was making them into kind of serious, because a lot of other little things that I did as well. Maria Benita Consuelo, which if I really wanted, but I felt like that I would need other actors, and I just don't have relationships with people to where it's like I would have. It just seemed like it's so much work to bring people together. Even for that one film that I did for college, which I thought was great, I like doing stuff like that, but people make it so difficult. I'm like, it's easier for me to just work alone instead of being like, when can you get here? 5? Okay, now it's 6 o'clock. So anyway, he was like, oh, someone to do. So I was like, this is my chance to just. I feel like that he took it a step further, so now I can take it a step further. Because by him saying, oh, I'm about to go do that, it was just the way he said it. I was like, he just wanted to say something to me. And so just because he gave me a small inch, now we're gonna make it into, well, we'll see. I was like, so then I ran up. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, well, when do you normally be smoking? He's like, oh, the weekend. I wasn't realizing that we were in the weekend at the time. I'm thinking it was, because I be time jumping. So I thought it was maybe a Monday or something, but it was actually Saturday. And so at first, we were like, and I think that was kind of his key, like, you can fuck with me now, but I wasn't really thinking like that. I was like, okay, I'll catch you on the weekend. Not realizing we were in the weekend, but. So once he walked away, I started thinking, like, wait, today is Saturday. So I texted him, like, so can we smoke today? Like, what does that mean? Can we next weekend or can we smoke this weekend? So I went up there and with him and his dog. First it was just him and his dog. That first day. And it was cool. And his dog was sweet. She's definitely deep, but I'm not scared. If it was really a threat to me, I'm not feeling like I don't know what to do. I've had and have dogs now currently bigger than her. But she was doing the right thing. She was being protective of her person. And now, of course, there's a level to that where it's like, okay, there's protection and then possession. But regardless, we were hanging out, we were talking, and there was a point at which he said something to me like, oh my God, you know what? Normally when people say, because y'all know me, I'm very jovial. I do a lot of like, girl, stop it, that kind of stuff. So he says to me, oh my God, normally I don't like people touching me. And I was like, oh shit. What I heard, because mind you, we were smoking too. What I heard was, I'm not really a fan of all the touching, which was totally okay for him to say. So as soon as he said that, I was like, oh my God, I was like, absolutely, like, I'm sorry. He was like, no, I'm saying normally, like, it was like, I was getting what he was saying, but then it was like, no, normally. Because, and then it'll be like moments where I'm like, is he, I don't know. But the point is then I'm like, oh, so you're saying you don't have a problem with it right now. You're saying normally. So, but I was high, so I was just hearing it. I heard what he said, but I wasn't processing it the right way. He didn't say I have a problem. He said usually, meaning this time it's not the case. So after, I'm trying to think, I walked that time. And he was like, oh, do you want me to walk you halfway? I'm like, no, your house is already here. My house is further down. I was like, I'm okay, inshallah. So I walked back. And then that's when I just came out and told him, I was like, bitch. I mean, I say it like that. I was like, I could wait months to say what I'm about to say now. But all of my experience from that cruise to any other situation where maybe I liked someone and how you'd be like, oh, we're friends. I'm like, girl, fuck all that. You get to a certain point in your life and you just be like, we don't have time to lose. I like you. Do you like me back? Let's just cut to the chase. I don't want to. I mean, I will still dote on you and I will still court you and I will still do all the romantic things. But first, I need to know if I'm delusional. I'm definitely not delusional, but like if I'm picking up the right scent you're putting down. Because you telling me. So anyway, when I told him that, that's when he first told me, oh, because I was just because what I liked was when he was straightforward with me, like, oh, I usually, even though I heard him wrong, it don't matter. The point is I like that he told me that. And you want to know what? Even if I did hear him wrong at the beginning, I like that he got to see that even though I thought he said, oh, I really don't like all the touching. That's what I thought he said. I'm glad he got to see that It wasn't that big a deal to me to be like, oh, I'm touching you too. You know, some people get upset about things. Oh, you're touching me too much. But I know that I'm a touchy person. Just in general, it's just like I've since I was young, like, oh my god, girl, no, let me like my hands, you know, I'm all over the place. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't respond well to that. So that's what I at first thought he was saying, but he was saying no, I'm saying usually, and I don't feel that way now. I was just hearing him wrong. Okay. So then, okay, dropped them off, went home. Now it's the next day. And how did we it was just like I'm trying to remember how it got started. It was just like, oh, you wanna maybe he told me, maybe he reached out to me and said, do you want to take the dogs to the park or to the trail or some shit? And it's not that far away. So I was like, yeah. It was pretty much anything to just hang out. So, and that was like a romantic thing to me. Like, again, you know, we're back there by ourselves, you know, and now here you are. It wasn't like it was crazy, but it was just a normal, simple. And had it would have worked out, it would have been just as simple. He didn't call it a date, but to me, that's kind of a date. But maybe that's because I like him. But I think low-key he likes me too. He's just not gonna say that. But then again, I could be wrong. Like I leave it open. I'm leaving every door open. He like me not. He like me not, bitch. I'm leaving all the doors open. So on that second time, it was like, oh, da-da-da-da. It was definitely 100% his idea to take the dogs to the babies to the park. Stop being, I love. It's funny how our animals have our energy because my babies are so chill. Like if I turn the camera right now, they're both laid right next to each other. Let me see if I do this if it'll. Hold on a second, just to show you what I'm saying. Hold on. You see that? You can't. The train is blurred out, but she's laying there too. So what I'm saying is, like, it just be real chill over this part. But his girl is more like, oh, let's give it Lady in the Tramp. It's funny how even though I see myself as feminine, when I see myself in these storylines most of the time, I always feel like I'm the beast or what was I saying? Oh, what's the one, the dog, the alley cat? Now in my mind, I feel like maybe to an extent I may look like the lady. That's where it's confusion with me. It's like it's giving lady, but it's like the energy is serving tramp. I don't know how to explain it. But Sabine, you know, he's just peaceful, of course, like his father. Until, you know, because there was another Great Dane for like one that's bigger than him. But I'm like, oh, Sabine, look at him. Like, Sabine can hold his own. My babies are just there like their dad. Like, he was totally not intimidated. He was very friendly with all the dogs. But then the Great Dane, I guess, then there was a small dog to the Great Dane. Like, that owner had 2 dogs. And I met her too. I'm gonna go to her grand opening. I met her and she was like, come to my grand opening for her restaurant. So inshallah I'll be going to that. But so her other dog, that's a much smaller dog, ran up to the gate trying to bark at Sabine. So once she got started, then the Great Dane got started. And but Sabine, he just paid it dust. Now for the dog that was with the guy that I have a crush on, she at some point, and maybe even when we were in front of his house, like kind of gave an energy like she was snipping. But when we got to the area where we were ended up going, because the reason was what? Because it started raining or something. So it was maybe like, oh. And then I think we had gone. He's like, let's get some food. So we had gone to Wendy's. Then it was like, oh, let's eat in the parking lot. The plan kept changing, is what I'm saying. Like it was like, and honestly, there really was no plan. It was just. It started like, let's go to the park. But then when it started raining, we adjusted and everything kept changing because of the rain. But and my window wipers, we could have still went if my window wipers. So I was like, you know, if we get rained in when we get to the park, we're going to have to sit there until the rain stops. And we'll just be in the car together. So maybe we should, you know, because my car, you know, the window wipers. But anyway. So we're back there. But there was one point where she snapped on Sabine. And he's so peaceful, it's like my gentle giant, but he has it in him. Because if it had kept going on, the truth is, he could have dominated that dog, but it's unnecessary because I'm trying to make her part of the family. So, in my head, but So it was unnecessary. And of course, because I know he can hold his own, and it's not even just about holding his own. That wasn't really a fight. I think that was more of like a dominance thing. So she needed to see that he can get on her level, and he could. He's not a dog that's gonna run away, and he didn't. So I was like, and I like that he's not a bully. He will not start the fight, but he will if it keeps going. Like, because when she started doing that thing, and I knew it wasn't a fight because I know what that looks like. I've seen that even with my own dogs. It was more like a test. He definitely passed it because he was not. And then when it was over, he just went back to what he was doing. It was just chill. So here's another thing. When we left from there, and I told him, I like you. I think I like you. So, if it's a no, I'm paraphrasing it, but it was something like this. If it's a no, just go ahead on and tell me now, so I can move on. I can just get the idea of it out of my head. Like if I'm totally off base with this, you have no obligation to tell me yes. It was shorter than this, but this was the energy of the text. But I'm feeling you. I like your energy now that we finally have spoke after all these years, and like I'm just gonna just be straight. Since you were straightforward with me about the touching thing, even though I heard it wrong, it don't matter. It was the point that when I heard it initially, I thought he was saying you're touching me too much. And even that, I mean, I feel like he's trying to be subtle with me, but maybe I'm reading too deep into it because what's the point of someone telling you? And then that was like a moment because I was like, at first I was like, oh shit, am I touching my dad? For sure. Like everybody, that's kind of like my style communication, but that's not for everyone. And thank you for letting me know. He's like, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I hear you. You don't have to, because now I'm thinking he's trying to like backtrack on his thing. I'm like, no. That's how you are. It was funny how it went. We were both high. It was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm like, no, you don't have to clean it up. I get it, and I respect that. And you don't have to like say something to make me feel better about it because I actually respect what you're saying, and I prefer a person to be more straightforward like that than for it to be another way. Like you weren't uncomfortable, but you didn't say. But then ultimately, it was him saying, and then he even said, "No, I was trying. It was supposed to be like a funny moment, but no, I'm saying not what you're saying." And it didn't take long. It wasn't like we sat there 5 minutes, me being confused. Like maybe like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, however long it took for me to be like, oh. And then I thought to myself, so if you normally don't like people touching you, why do you feel comfortable with me touching you? But then I started thinking, you're overthinking it. Just take it for what it is. Just like, see what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm a Scorpio, so of course we gotta like deep dive and try to understand what's really going on. Cause I'm like, what is that? Okay, so if you usually don't like it, but you like it with me, what is the reason? And why are you telling me that? Now this was before I told him I had a crush on him. So when I came home is when I did it because I was like, I didn't have at the time, I was gonna have the guts, but not to break the ice and say it straight to his face type shit. It was more like when I got home, I was gonna say what I just told you. So I'm wondering, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be talking. I mean, I talked about Mr. Flowers, which that was great, but and this would be super convenient. We could just anyway, and that's another part. I had said something like, ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me rewind. I'm jumping. I'm excited. Let's roll another blunt. Is anybody smoking with me or am I smoking alone? I can smoke alone. Let's not be confused. I'm not saying, oh, if no one smokes with me. I'm just saying I can hold up or slow up the process if I have another girl rolling a blunt with me. But okay. So, okay. I was going somewhere with that. So I got home. So I got home and I sent the text. And that's when he hit me with basically, and I told him, you can tell me no. I'm not that person. I know people say, oh, you can tell me no. Then when you tell them no, it's like, bitch, they flip on you. I don't know how else to prove that to you. You just have to tell me no. That's why I said just tell me no now. If it's true, like if I'm making this up and there's definitely 100% no kind of connection, just tell me that and I'll let it go. It'll be easier for me to let it go that way, especially if we just get it out the way. Like, nah. Like, don't tell it to me mean. Like, no, bitch, I would never. Don't be mean about it. But just say to me, no, I see you more as a friend. I think you're incredible. Whatever the thing is, that's nice. But it's basically saying no. Because that's how I would do it. If it was a no, I would be like, girl, are you kidding me? I would be like, you know what? And I could totally see how you'll make a great partner. Like, I would be nice about it. So I said something like that. And anyway, he was like, yeah, you are so sweet and you're so attractive, but I think that we would just be better friends. Or something to that effect. And I was like, hey, okay. For real. See, now did I respond back? I was like, I just want him to see like that was still too soon though, because you would still have to see how I was gonna be once you saw me in person. But the point is it wasn't like I was like, no, why not? Like, bitch, I mean, like, not saying that to him. I'm just saying it will be any person. It could be even someone that I think, oh, this person is drop dead gorgeous to me, and I would still feel that way because I believe that about myself. Like, I'm someone too. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm better than you or anything, but you're someone important too. I wouldn't be trying to date you or talk to you like that if I didn't think you were someone. We're both someone. Anyway, so then he was telling me no, and I was like, okay, cool. We kept talking, and however it went, today, when I was live, because I had already had it in my mind I was going to see him till the weekend. If he didn't have plans, I don't like to assume like, oh, he won't be doing shit for the weekend. But I'm sorry, I kind of got dazed into the photo memory of what happened, what I'm about to tell y'all. It felt like a movie to me. I'm like, he told me no, but it'd be like, are you flirting with me? Like, you are so confusing. Because now that I've already told you I have a crush on you, bitch, now I'm not afraid to tell you because I know you already know. It's not that I was afraid before, but I just felt it would be easier for the rejection part of it if the answer was no. I would have dealt with it in person, but it would have just been not harder, but just different because it would have been like, I'm right there in front of your face and it's like, oh, shit. The answer's no, okay. Whereas over the phone, it's like, okay, the answer's no, word. It's just easier. But, so anyway, this time, when I was live on the air with y'all, he was like, oh, it was like he sent the text, it was given like, meet me out here. He didn't say that, but it was like, oh, I'm just out here with my baby. It was just the way I don't want to go into it, but it was just the way. So I had said something like in the text, like, so what is this, like alone time? Like, maybe I pushed for it, but I was just like, or did you want company? Or it's like, oh, you can come up, you can come through. So when I came through, of course his dog started going off. I wasn't tripping. She came, I'm like, because when I kept walking, then she ran away from me. So I'm like, see, and it's okay, because I'm not an enemy. So anyway, once I got over to her dad, she started minding her business. And girl, it was just some of the stretches that she was on. I was like, granted, I guess you were gonna do this anyway, but maybe I was reading too deep into it. I'm like, oh shit, see, you got me fucking up my blunt and shit. I was like, what? I don't want to go in detail because if that ends up being my man, then I don't want people visualizing him like that. I mean, they're going to do that anyway, but I don't want to help it. Just the same way how I don't be wanting people to do it to me either. Like, because now I feel like, I don't know. But then again, it's whatever because you can't control what people think. But I was just like, and he'll be like, what? What are you looking at? I'm like, what do you think I'm looking at? And then we would just go. So I'm like, okay, he said that, but what is it giving? Because he gotta know. I'm like, what do you? And that's the other part. Oh, I forgot this part. So the day before when we were supposed to go to the park, some kind of way it came up in conversation, and he was just like, "What are you attracted to?" And I was like, and it is true. I'm like, I don't really have, because it's not like if you saw him there, he wouldn't be an indication of my style. Because if you lined up all the people throughout time, none of them. Maybe there's some similarities, but honestly, not really. So it's like, and then some kind of way it came up where it was like, so what were you saying about? Because and her texted me, she was like, yeah, we will be better friends because I think we want the same thing, or we like the same thing. And at first, I didn't fully, because of the way how she had asked me, because when I said I liked him, I guess he would even ask me my position makes me think you saying what you're saying, but you got to be even a little bit interested. Because why would you ask me that? But what it was is the same way how I heard him wrong when he told me, "Oh, usually I don't like when people touch me." He read my text wrong. I'm like, "Girl, who told you that?" He was like, "What?" I was like, "See." So once we cleared that up, I felt like that opened it up a little bit more. Because now he's thinking. But he be trying to be all demure and shit. It's crazy because he just, I don't know. Oh, and then I had said something like, ooh, I want to go to a beach or something. He was like, oh, let me know. And maybe I can help you with that because, he works in an industry where he can help. But anyway, at one point we were saying something and I said something like, a beach. And he was like, yeah, we should go to a beach. I got to look into it. And I'm thinking, maybe I'm going too deep because friends do take trips together. Remember, I hate to bring up the cruise, but you know what I'm saying? That was a situation where I misread the situation and it was really just not giving romance. You know what I'm saying? So now I be thinking twice because in this situation I'm thinking, okay, but he knows I like him, so that's another difference. Where I'm not doing that again. Where it's like, oh, it should be obvious to you now. Now you can't say you don't know because I've been told you from the fucking beginning, bitch. So now it's not giving. Oh, I didn't know, girl. You know. But am I tripping? I feel like, and he's so tiny. But it's funny because he thought I was younger than him. And I'm older than him. I'm like, girl, I know you did, but at the same time, he hit me with even though I'm not that much older than you, girl. Let's be clear. But regardless, even if I was, he hit me with the, oh my God, you look good for your age. I'm like, and then he fixed it. He was like, no, you just look good, period. But I knew what he meant. That was a compliment. I don't get easily offended, especially about stuff that doesn't matter. I'm like, the point is, do you like me back, nigga? If you tell me yes, then we can just cut to all the cute shit. Like, I can do cute shit, but first I need to know, do you even like me? I'm not about to be doing cute shit for a nigga that's like, I don't even know if you like me. And I was like, what's the reason? Why am I bending over backwards for this? Like, yes, I will do favors for my friend, but you get different privileges if you're my dude. Duh. Now I'll do little runs like what I just fucking did when I took him to the train station. Not that I'm gonna be doing that all the time. But here and there, I don't mind if I like you. Because I don't like driving like that. So if I'm driving you somewhere, that means I like you. Mother Tay, what's going on, gorgeous? I'm not gonna put too much weight on it, but what I can say is, I mean, to be fair, I've been with other fine niggas, so it's not like I'm not even gonna front like, oh, it's because I've been, but I do think just on physics or physicality, by him being so tiny, it's not like he's so tiny because he's muscular, but bitch, and what's crazy is that my mom like, he don't even know, bitch. I will rock your world in the best way. I'm not here. I'm here to make you like inshallah better in whatever way is natural for you. But today, I just kept thinking like, girl, and he gotta be doing something. I mean, granted, this is his workout, I guess, but I'm like, because then he would look at me and be like, what? I'm like, okay. So this is the type of time you want. I just told you I have a crush on you. So if I told you that, why are you? And to be fair, I was trying to get a good view as well, but he knew I was because that's why he was here. Like, you want me to do this? That's why you're doing this in this way. You get what I'm saying? And it was very flirtatious, but I'm like, but he gotta say it though. I don't like all that guessing shit. But I mean, it's cute. It's cute for a little bit, but I'm like, bro, because it was like, and the guy guess he don't think I noticed, but he was checking me out too. That's another part. I'm like, why is it that I can be open with you and tell you that I have a crush? I'm not even saying you have to make it into something super deep, but you are attracted to me on some level. You can be honest. You know it's true. I'm not just saying that. Like, come on. You invite me. I went from never hanging out with you all these years, and we basically, when you walk by, it's hey, what's up? How you doing? To once we started talking, the shit just blew up, and now 3 days back to back, I've seen you. Now you told me normally you only hang out with people on the weekends. Today's Monday, and we hung out. Plus, I took you not to work, but to the train station to get to work. So I'm just like, but in my mind, I'm like, to see with him, I'm like, I would want more than just the sex. I know it would be incredible though. You know, I'm like, bitch, I will, because I can tell you would fit me just perfectly. I hate maybe too much info, but I'm just like, and that fit me. Anyway, I don't need to go into one or the other, but that came out wrong, or maybe it didn't. But the point is, I was just like, he's goofy with me. He's like a little corny, kind of dorky. We're close in age. I am the older one, but we're close. I don't give a fuck. I'm so grateful that I never. You know, people get hung up. Oh my god, oh my girl, fuck out of here. We're close in age, so it's like, even though I'm the older one, it's more relatable because I always prefer to date someone close to my age. But confirmation, it'd be like either some early mid 20s or way older. I'm like, so it can't be. It's not giving Goldilocks just right. Somewhere in the middle, like even if they're younger than me, can it be like 30 something? So at least we're in the same ballpark. But girl, be 24. I'm like, these bitches. I mean, but I've seen when I was younger, I used to see these movies, but now I guess it's true because now low key, not even low key. I guess I'm in the, even though I don't know what the dad version is or the dude version, but it's like, I guess I am in that territory now. You know what I'm saying? But I get it because I was attracted to men like me, so I can see why they would be drawn to me. Like, because first they'd be thinking you're an older man who's in, like they like that. I get it. I get the whole thing because I would have been attracted to that. I would have like, you know. How did the hangout go? What the guy got a crush on? Oh, baby girl went great. But I'm not gonna put too much weight on it because I'm a Scorpio. Now he is a Taurus. And my ex, you know I go hard for Taurus because I love my ex. And he is someone that I love. For real. So when it comes to Taurus, it's one of the things where Scorpio and Taurus and Capricorn, because of my mom, certain signs, I give everybody a chance, but 555 on the clock. I give everybody an opportunity. But certain signs, it's like if you tell me you're a Taurus, then I think, okay, I'm a, you know, that gives you more grace than if you would have just been something else. Because I'm like, no, I fuck with Taurus. I like them. So when we was talking, he was like, "What's your sign?" And I was like, "Oh God, here we go. I'm scared." I was like, "Scorpio." And at first I didn't ask him his sign because first he made a face like, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that bad?" He's like, "No, it's not bad." I was like, "Then what is the face?" It was just like, So a little time went on, and then I said, well, "Hold on, what's your sign?" I'm a Taurus. I'm like, "Oh my fucking goodness, this is the reason why." This is the reason why now that we are talking, why it's moving like this. Because I'm telling you now, I don't know what it is. That's the one sign I can tell you. I'm like, what is it about? Why are we always coming into contact? My one good friend that I told a lot of them stories about was a Taurus. My ex is a Taurus. This guy is a Taurus. Not to say, I mean, there's no guarantees just because, oh, it's a Taurus, that's a guarantee. But I mean, I feel like these mosquitoes are coming back out. I could be wrong, but I'm like, what's biting me? Because I was outside and then I felt like I got bit on my stomach, and I'm like, but it's not crazy yet. Because when they really come out, everything is itchy. But we need to get some tiki torch. It's so much stuff I gotta do. But today was a major day. I haven't even gotten to the good news. Inshallah. So am I tripping? I mean, he did tell me he thinks that it would be better like if we were friends. But that was when he thought we were the same thing. Because on the second time we hung out, I was like, well, he was like, what's on your mind? I can tell something's on your mind. Just say it. I was like, you're the one to say it. I was like, just say it. He knew what the fuck was on my mind. Because that's why you saying it like that. You don't think I know? It's like we're just like dancing around each other, like in this like flirtation thing, which actually I like it. But the only thing, someone's gonna say, just roll with the punches. You don't need to know if he like you yet. Because I hear what y'all saying, but here's my point. See, if you let it be ambiguous like that, like where it's like, oh, see what I'm doing right now, where I'm like, oh, right, isn't that a sign? And it's all this stuff where it could be, maybe it's not. I just want to be able to know. I'm not saying we got to know everything, but can I know this? Do you like me? Because if you don't, I can just pull my energy to a different area, not in a negative way, but just in a, okay, we'll just be Kiki sisters, whatever, how that's going to go. If it goes there, smoke buddies, whatever. But there's no pressure. I just had a vision. I could see how it could totally work, and we probably could rock each other's world from top to bottom. But that was just a vision. It don't have to be the way. And although I know that, I'm like, he don't even know how good he could have it. Just, you know how you be thinking that because you know what you bring into the table? In my mind, I'm like, and when I say good, I just mean like emotionally, physically, and inshallah financially, especially if we came together as a 2 household income on top of everything else I got going on, girl, bye. Baby boom. Because baby, when I tell you right now, I'm telling you, I just think he's like this beautiful kind of nerd. You know what I'm saying? And he got flavor, he has spice. I like it. And I told him already. So anyway, so it was like boom when he started, and I'm like, you already know I like you. Why are you asking me what I like then? You're not. What are you doing? You're egging it on. Maybe that's the wrong word. I don't like that term because in this scenario, when people say egging on it as a negative, it's like, oh, you are asking for a type of energy, and that's not what I'm going for. But what I mean is, if you know I got a crush on you, and if it's let's just stay friends. Especially while the block is hot, I just told you that not even 24 hours ago. Seems like you would want to kind of lay off those kind of questions. Like, what are you into? What do you like? Because then it was like, that's how we found out that he had it wrong. Because he was thinking, because of the nails. I already know what people be thinking. I get it, but I'm like, but if you can understand. Anyway, I don't get people. It's like you can understand how a transgender person can. That's what I'm saying, confirmation. Confirmation. You can understand that, but for me, it's like, how can it be? How can me? Why? Anyway, so I thought he was saying we were both like me. That's why I let it go. I was like, oh, word, okay. But then when he reached out to take the babies to the park, I was Jessica's I'm cool with it. I mean, I still have a crush on you just because, like, it doesn't go away overnight. But I was just, you know. But then once we linked, I was just, that's the next thing. He said to me, that's what I forgot. I left out. So when I came, he was like, "Oh my God, you really look good." Like, it was just giving. I don't know what he expected me to pull up looking like, but he was just. I could tell he was like liked what he, because he mentioned that to me more than once. So to me, that's like a clear sign. Like, it don't mean, oh, we're rushing off to the altar, but girl, you know you like me, or maybe you don't, and you know somehow they're just sending out all around signals. I was just thinking about you. Hola. Yes. Okay. I understand my husband is 6 years younger. Word. Not too bad for. Okay. Yeah, right. So that's honestly, I've heard of worse. That's not the worst. Because that would be like saying, okay, if you were 36, they would be 30. You're still in the same ballpark. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but that 6 is important. That's interesting. 6 years, that's that double three again. Just saying. There's something to that. And the gag is not to make it seem like y'all have that big an age gap, but the gag is I never would have known that. I honestly would have thought you were the younger one between the two of you. And I'm not just saying that because you're one of ours. It's just because it's true. Whatever your regimen is, whatever genetics, whatever the case. But yeah, but it's not like you said it's a 20-year difference. So it's not like it's a huge jump around, but still, even for the 6, it doesn't, it's not coming across like you're the older woman between you. It doesn't feel that way. It doesn't even look that way. Because I've seen family photos, and until you just told me just now that you were the older one, I'm like, really? In my head, I'm like, really? Never would have guessed that. Now, again, to be fair, it's not like it's like a huge gap. It isn't. But I just never would have had it in my mind that that was the case. Now that I know, it's like, really? Wow. But you get what I'm saying? The young ones, I'm like, girl, they come for us, honey. They're coming for us. And let me tell you something. The older you get and the more you maintain your levels, bitch, the more they want you. Because now they're understanding, oh, there's discipline. Everybody understands it. Even bitches in your age bracket understand. Because they're thinking, bitch, I'm in my 30s too, bitch, and you're holding it together. We're all holding it together. I'm like, so it's like a respect there. Because it's like, okay, you weren't one of those people. It's like, oh, I'm downhill. I'm 30. I'm downhill. It's like, girl, like hell. I don't believe that. I did not agree. But I mean, the truth is, he probably really don't like me though. He probably just, I think that people like the energy. Oh shit, I need to respond to him. That's what I need to do today, inshallah, when I get off of here. I don't mind being the more like my personality can adjust to anything if it's natural. And it'll be natural for me. Cause I mean I'm both. I'm feminine, I'm masculine, I'm all of it. But she'll see, I'm like, okay, I know exactly this energy you're giving me. And it's giving like you're curious, like, can she maybe? I'm like, bitch, yeah, of course I could. And I don't give a fuck what you think is out there, bitch. You'll never mind. In my sincere opinion, my feeling of it is, you will never meet a bitch like me. I don't care how good the sex is. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care nothing. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I will know. It don't matter. It don't matter. This bitch is just never going to. She's not going to learn your body the way I learned it. She can try, but I'm a Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio with ADHD. That means that bitch. You don't want to know where I was going with that, but bitch, trust me, it's a good thing. Girl, plus I'm all the things, bitch, to sex you will never find. Oh, but it don't matter nothing. I'm telling you, it don't matter how big the booty, how big the penis. Nothing matters. It's giving, because nothing even matters at all. No, nothing it don't matter. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Oh, oh, to me, to me, to me, to me. Oh, oh, hey, 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 oh, yeah. Because that's how we feel. I'm not going to go too deep on this situation. But I do, I'm like, I wish he would have just told me. He said it. Okay. Because that's the part. I wish he would have just said no. Let's just stay friends. You shouldn't. Don't ask me no additional details because that's the part. That's what I'm saying. So in the message, it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't really giving like the door is closed. It's giving. It would be a yes, but we like the same thing. See, you should have just said no. It didn't need a reason. You could have put something nice to it, like, no, my love. I think we would be better off as friends. And when I say it didn't need a reason, what I mean is you don't have to say because we like the same thing. Or whatever, because now we found out that we don't like the same thing. Am I saying that right? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? We like the same thing means, okay, yeah, we don't like the same thing. Not in the same way. We like the same thing, but differently, if that makes sense. So now that we found that out, now what? Because see what I'm saying? Then it was getting, see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, then so when we were in the park, after we ordered Wendy's, the cup of ice that we got for the dog, but since we didn't go to the park, she caught herself putting the cup on her leg, because she had shorts, on her leg, letting the water drip down. And then she started like drawing on her leg water. And then would look up at me like, what? I'm like, girl, you are doing the most. I'm not upset about it, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Are you saying you aren't interested in me at all? Like, what are we talking about? What do I like about him? Okay, let me first. You said I know that's right. Okay, what do I like about him? That's a good question. So I'm sure there will be more things, but just right offhand, what I like. Okay. Number one, I feel like we could have fun together. He's quirky. There's a level of quirk there that I think is resonant with me that I liked. I didn't full on let my goofiness out. I just wanted to see first what he was giving. And I was like, all right. And then he had made a statement where it was something like, I want a guy that is okay to be a corn or who's okay to be cheesy around me. But like, not cheesy to the world, but cheesy about like with me or something. I don't know. It was just something that resonated with me. And then I was saying things and they were like agreeing with me. So I was like, we agree on a lot in terms of foundational things. That's number one. Number two, I'm gonna save the obvious shit for the end. I want to get to the more in-depth shit first. Number two, animal lover. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that to me, and then the dog is the same color as my dog's, black and white. So I just took that as a sign, but okay, animal lover. Then also too, I feel like, and maybe again, I'd have to sit down more. This is like as fresh as it can get because, like I said earlier today, I went to meet when I was live, and then I ended the show and went. It was to see this person, but I feel like they have. Okay, so let me go deeper because I'm giving the stuff that is like the quirkiness. You probably could pick that up. The animal stuff, that's not always true. Some people have animals and are not animal lovers. They're nasty and mean to animals, but okay, fine. But let's just say in his case, that's the case. Okay. But now here's the next thing, and I'll have to meet him more to see if this is true. I feel, and maybe, see, I sound crazy when I talk like this, though, Mother Tay. That's the reason why I don't even want to say it. Because then if I'm wrong, I'm like, I just sat here and gave you all this poetry for nothing. You think he's flirting? Right? I'm telling you the nigga flirt. Right? He's telling me no. He didn't flat tell me no. He didn't flat tell me no. He said, we want the same, like, what do you like? And I answered the question. But when he read it, his response was, see, right, I'm telling you, but I don't want to go into. Okay. He asked me what I was into. Preference, if you know what I mean. And I answered. But I think the way he read it, and to be honest, maybe I answered it weird. Because all I was saying was, here's what I prefer, but I'm open for my partner. But it's not something where I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. I've been waiting. Oh my God. You know how some people, that really is their thing. Now, I'm more into those people. If that makes sense. Okay. But he read it the other way around. He read it as, we would just like the same thing. So he was like, see, that's what I'm saying. We like the same thing. So that's why we should just stay friends. It was something to that effect. But he said that based on how I answered him. If I had just been more straightforward, but I just want him to understand that I'm not one of those people where it's like, I'm locked in. I can only do this because this is what I like. Now I'm a Scorpio. So of course, you know, we like something, we stick with the things we like, which is, to me, in my opinion, in terms of a partner, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would want someone who, I'm the type of nigga where I'm like, I don't want to bounce around to a bunch of people. I want to work and build on our relationship and get to the pinnacle of what our relationship can be. Like, what is the greatest level we can be? And then I want to not only get there, I want to get there, stay there, and die there. Like, we die with honor. Like, we got there. But what I was going to say, even I don't want to sound like, see, I gave you like the surface stuff, the stuff you can see, blah blah. But I'm like, for the thing that I'm suspecting, I feel like I'm gonna sound crazy to say it. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna say that. But I'll say this. I feel like just because those times when we meet, because when we look into each other's eyes, and when I really like lock in, that's when he'll be like, "Why are you looking at me?" And it don't be like weird, like, and because I'll even say to him like, "Am I looking at you too much or something?" Like man, like, do friends do this? This is too flirty to me. Don't you see this is too flirty? I mean, and I'm not gonna stop because obviously I told you I have a crush on you. So if you're flirting with me, duh. Oh no, you told me no. Okay, you told me no, and you told me no under the pretense that we were the same thing and we're not. But the point is let's just say he was like, oh no, I just want to be friends. But then when he comes around, you're flirting with me. I mean, that is confusing. And if I did say no, it would probably be because I'm like, girl, I probably could say no. It just depends. But I don't think I would. Not to him, because I'm like, bitch, I've been seeing you for years, and at first I thought you are kind of stuck up. But now that I'm talking to you as your partner, it will be okay. I don't know how to explain that. Don't be stuck up for real to people. And that's the other part. When we went to Wendy's, I forgot this whole chunk of this. Oh my God. I forgot a whole chunk of the story. And then I have a video that I made for y'all. Oh my God. I'm like all over the place. So when we went to Wendy's, they were a hot mess and they were a hot mess. But you know what? He's very soft spoken. Okay. You asked me what I like about him. And I'm so long with it. Forgive me. I'm trying to, because I'm excited. So I keep starting and stopping. I'm sorry. You asked me. He reminds me of my mom. That's probably a major thing. Probably. That is a major thing. And not in the nasty way where it's like, oh, you want to marry your mother. You know people be saying that? In the best way. Like, he'll say things where it's like, my mom would have told me that. Like, really? I'm like, mm-hmm. He said like 3 different things. And now I'm thinking of him on the spot. I'm like, what did he say? Because I would call it out as he would say it. And I'm like, I know you're going to think I told him, I'm like, I know you think I'm probably just saying this, but I swear to God, my mom needs to say that to me. And now I can't even remember. But even to a point, like with them glasses, I'm like, now that probably is interesting. But and then of course, obviously, I'm attracted to him. I mean, that part there, and that would never get old to me. Like I'm not the kind of person where it's like, oh, now we're older, now I want somebody younger. Like as long as we stay locked in as a couple, I don't give a fuck. Like, and we both stay in shape. Like even if we change a little bit, but it's pretty much we're the same in terms of, you know. I don't want to. We came together and I'm slender. Now I'm double XL. I'm like, it happens, but if I can avoid it, I would like to. Um, but girl, I would. What I like is that I feel like we would have the best sex, and then it would be like, okay, let's watch a movie. Let's take the babies out. We would be on that same type of time. And because my ex is a Taurus, I already know how they move. And I'm like, he don't. But then again, he may have already had a Scorpio, but then it could have been a trash Scorpio. So I can't bank on that. You know what I'm saying? Can't bank on that. Hopefully I get the opportunity because I just know that I will. And anytime when I'm talking like what, because people are like, well, what do you look? How does it look to you? I'm like, okay, I want to build with my partner, and I'm just explaining kind of the gist of what I want it to be. And this nigga, yes, like he was right there with me. He wanted me there. I'm telling you, he wanted me because I didn't. And I told him like, oh my god, this is so crazy because I mean, he was being all serious with the workout, which he should, even though he was doing it a certain way. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe. I don't think so. Because why you keep turning back to see what I'm looking at then? And then when you look, what's so funny? Why are you laughing? And why are you looking? Why are you? And by the way, he was checking me out too. I just didn't call it out. See, I'm not gonna do him how he do me. Like, but he would just start. What it is we're kind of like in this giddy thing. Because honestly, then there was this other moment where it wasn't really. I don't know. Like we're still getting to know each other. So when I was taking him to work, I was like putting it in my GPS, the train station. But the one that I know, it's been so long since I've driven there, but I know it's close. So he was like, "Oh, I'm kind of in a rush. Can we just go to the one that I know?" I'm like, "Okay, is the one you know closer than the one that I'm saying?" And then number one and number two, are you good at giving directions, or are you one of those people who gonna wait for me to be right on top of something to be like, "Oh, turn"? And he's like, "No, yeah, da-da-da." So I was like, "All right, we'll do it your way then this time." And in a way, even though I'm like, but it's good because he should see I'm nice, but I also know how to say something and how to say it in a way. And then I also said, respectfully, I'm going to need that gas money. Because even if we're dating, like, let's do it the right way. You said you were going to give me gas money. Give me gas money. Like, let's not take, because then it'll feel usy and it'll just give the wrong energy. And then it won't be a relationship or a friendship because then it's like wrong. But, I was like, yeah, I'm going to need that gas money. It is my pleasure to take you. But the reason is because my car was already low on gas. If my car was full or something, I wouldn't have just been like, oh, give me gas money just because I didn't care. But my car really is on that last thing where it's like, after this, it's empty. So he was like, oh, absolutely. And then after that, he did exactly what I hate, where it was like, oh, we turn left to get on the highway. I'm like, I looked at him, and he started laughing. I'm like, see, you did it. You did exactly what I told you. See? It was like, but I like that it wasn't a big deal. We both laughed about that and it was over. Which I'm like, that's what I like. Like it should see somebody else could have took that and made that into a real argument. Either when we had the initial conversation and I was like, okay, is it closer, and then the gas money, it could have turned into an argument, but it wasn't. And then at that part where he was, oh, turn down, I'm like, but you think he was flirting? Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. Because I'm telling you, it's stupid. I'm like, you know what you're doing, and you're doing it on purpose. And it's only so much I can hide. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing. Where, oh, I just want to be your friend. I'm like, are you sure about that? We can run however you want to run it. But if you're really as sweet as I'm imagining you to be, and as kind as I think you could be, even though you're bougie, it's like that's just the shell. I see if what I'm thinking is true, bitch, I would love to be your man. Maybe even your husband. I'm not, that's jumping way far ahead. I be thinking things, but I'm like, don't sound crazy because what if he's a hot mess and you just don't know that part yet? But and he's like, you know what I'm saying? But provided I'm not wrong, I'm like, and I'll never get tired. Like, oh, it's been 5 years. Like, I don't know. I just have to show you to prove it to you. It will be to me. It would always be exciting. It would never get old. That's how I see it. Because and that's the part when I had said something like, "Ooh, oh, we should go here." I just threw it out there and see how he would respond. Maybe I said something like, "Oh, we should go to a beach or something." I want to. No, maybe I said, I don't know what I said. I said something like, "No, I I did do that, but I did it at a different time. The time I'm thinking this is a different time, so I'm sorry. This time I had said something like, after all this stuff I'm dealing with, these attorneys and just everything what I'm dealing with, I really would like to take a vacation. Something, it don't even have to be far, like on a beach somewhere." And it was like, "Oh, we could definitely do that. We can go. You just gotta let me know." And it was like the way how he flipped it was like, "We're going." And of course, he may try to, just to make it complicated, bring some friends just to make it seem like, oh, it's a friend trip. Like, you know, you want me. And I'm not just saying that you do want me. I'm not delusional. I'm not that person. Because, granted, because I'm more open with my emotions. And if I'm into you, I'm into you. So I'm not trying to hide that from you. Whereas you want to be all, what is that thing that the girls were saying? Janet Jackson. What? No, I'm not going to get started. But what were the people saying? Hold on. Sweetheart. She be laying like she's dead. I don't like that because she's alive. I'm sorry. The cat. She laying on her back like she's dead. I'm like, I want us to work, build our empire. See, that fake relationship that I was in, we had some parts, right? Like the cuddling and stuff I did like, but we need to be working and building. I don't want to be like, oh, we love each other so much. We're eating and just sitting on the couch and cuddling all day. That's once we handle business. Then, oh, let's, you know what I'm saying? Then, and girl, he almost backed up into me, girl. I'm like, you are doing this on purpose. I almost feel like he wanted me to grab his waist to keep his balance. Like he was acting like, oh my God, I keep tripping. And I'm like, I feel like I want to clip these nails first. I mean, honestly, just because here's the thing. And it's just the natural thing. It just depends. See, when my energy first was more feminine, but it still is going to be feminine, but it's going to be just more, because with him, I can be that way. Where I could like grab him and lift him into the sky type shit, but he would love that. But I felt like he wanted me to grab his waist. But he probably would have made it work if we did that. I'm telling you, he want me because you should have seen it. I mean, I want him to. It's not like, oh, he wants me. It's like one way. And he would be someone I would be proud to be out with in public. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh. Like, and I like that I fit, even though it's like, I don't know. I like him. I do. I feel like I don't know. Cause he like, what's on your mind? Just say it. Say it. I'm like, you telling me that, but you know what's on my mind. I'm not. that's coming out wrong. Someone's gonna say, "What sex?" I mean, I'll be lying if I made it seem like that didn't cross my mind. Especially she's up here doing all this shit. I'm like, and she knew. That's why she's like, "Yeah, come up here." Because then I get up there and I'm like, "Girl." I felt like I was the class clown because I was like, I was doing the exercises, but clearly I was more like, because I'm like, this could be my man. I could see that. And I would, as long as he's down to earth for real, like, even though you come across bougie, but like, when people, like, the truth is everybody knows you're a sweetheart, like, I don't want you to be an asshole in real life. But it works for you. This whole bougie thing, as long as you're a sweetheart in real life, for now it's working, and I like it. I like that your dog is bougie, and ultimately she ended up liking my Sabine. Now, how she respond to Citrine? That's a question. That's a good one. I think it's what does he want? He's being inconspicuously coy. Exactly. Fucking exactly. I'm like, bitch. I mean, not in a negative way, but I'm just like, come on. This is the most straightforward I've ever been. Because normally I play it more shy. Like, I mean, it's true. Like, I just will see. I normally be like, just let it play out. Then it'll be like, oh my God, today he touched my hand. Oh my God. Next week, I'm like, do you know how much time I wasted in all of that when I could have just said on week 1, listen, I'm digging you. We can still do all the romance. I feel like people think like, to me that doesn't eliminate the romance. Now it makes it more better. It makes it better and more intense because now it's like I know you like me and I like you, so now I'm planning a date. Like my intention is different. My energy is different because I know the truth. Like we like each other, so it's not a game. It's like we can make it sexy. We can do all of that, but I just got to know first up front. Do you like me? I don't want to. I don't want to play a game with you about. He looked at me 3 seconds longer than usual. Girl, I've been there, done that. With her, it's more given. Do you like me? Come on. Now we've been seeing each other for years now. Never really spoke like that. And suddenly now, 3 times back to back we hung out. And I told you up front I liked you. Now, since I told you I liked you, we hung out 2 more times. I don't even want to say, but it's like, you know what you're doing. What do you want? What do you look? How do you want this to go? Because if you want to be friends, you can't be. He can say, but see, the way he's playing is, what have I done though? What did I really do? What? Oh, I invited you. It's the fan, but I felt like I heard something. Oh, it's the baby. I'm like, what am I hearing? I knew I was hearing something, but I just had to give it a beat because I'm like, what am I hearing? Stop being snoring. I'm breathing heavy. For me sitting right here, I can't see him anymore. I just see the baby, Citrine. But anyway, I'm like, we don't have to do that. Can you just tell me? And I will not be offended. I promise you. The only reason I'm being so forward is not for any other reason other than to save time. Like, if you tell me yes, then great. Now I know and I can romance you. And I know that this is not unrequited. It's like you're into it. You're okay for me to like do. You said it yourself. He literally said, and he's saying my style of dating without me telling him. Like I'm like I am the person you're describing. Like just doing nice. But see, again, you have to be careful because then people will say, "Oh, you're love bombing." No, this is my natural personality. Especially if I can do it and I have some kind of money or whether it's cooking, no matter what the thing is. Like that is my real energy. But I gotta know first that is it correct? Am I right to be doing this? If I know that I'm like, yo, see, you'll be the one person who, I'm not gonna say one person, but you'll be one of the people who you got into one of, you know how you watch those shows on TV, it'd be like the worst date or the worst, yeah, I think, or worst ex ever. I think that show on Netflix called What I've Been Watching. And on the show, it's these people who it starts off good, in fact, even great. And then it always goes left. And I'm like, I hate these type of stories because it just makes good people feel like I don't want to date nobody. People are crazy. Like, it's not giving you a lot to work with when you think about what you have to lose when if you pick the wrong person and all of this. But in this case, I'm like, he does, obviously he would have to find out. But in my mind, I'm like, I know that I'm one of the good guys. Like, nothing in me is saying, how can I make you go against yourself for it? Now, what I would think is, how can we build together? Like, what can we do? And how can we keep this like healthy and happy? And you're getting your needs met, I'm getting my needs met. Like, there's a way to do that. And I'm like, you're meeting someone who's willing to do the work. After all the shit I've been through, this to me would be easy for like, because this is not even life threatening. This is like love and happy shit. So, but I would need to know first if you like me. I'm not giving you that energy, and I don't even know if you like me. Someone's gonna say, no, why are you? I get it, and maybe I messed it up. I don't think so, because I do think he likes me, even though he's not admitting it. Someone will say, oh, that sounds crazy, because people who are crazy say that. But I know me well enough to know that that's not what's happening here. I'm sorry. Because I don't, it's just, I'm not going into the detail because I'm just, wait, what? Oh, business is recognized for, I'll check that out in a second. Show. You said, and if you're safe. For some reason, I'm not sure what that's responding to, but yeah, my thing is, I feel like he's giving subtle signs that serve as plausible deniability. In other words, what made you think I wanted you? I'm not saying that's what he's doing. I'm saying it's so subtle that it's what I said is like, I like you. I'm into you. What's up? That was me. His answer was more like, okay, what are you into? I said, but maybe I answered it weird or something, so maybe that's why it was confusing, but whatever. So now you're saying to me, see, we like the same thing. I'm paraphrasing something like, we like the same thing. So you see what I'm saying? Friendship is probably the best option. And I was cool with that. I let it go that night. And I let it go, period. But what I mean is, when I saw him the next day, I'm telling you, oh my God, it was like we were on a date. We had the dogs. We had put all this thought into it. He brought a bag. It was just, someone's gonna say, but friends do that. Yes, they do. I know that. But we're like, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. And maybe I'm totally wrong. And that's the thing. I leave the door open for that. Maybe I'm totally wrong. And he's like, no, I'm dating someone else and it's quite serious. Oops. He told me I'll back all the way off. Or even if he just told me no, like, it's what I wish he would have did. But he didn't tell me no, because he really didn't feel that way. He did say, you're very sweet and very attractive. Or attractive, maybe he didn't say very. Maybe he did say very, I don't remember. But I think we like the same thing. What are you into? Like, it was, the whole thing came down to because he thought we were incompatible in that way, sexually. And then come to find out, actually, we do fit. We just didn't hear each other right, just the way I didn't hear you right when you said, oh my God, usually that was the part I missed. Usually, and then he even said, because like when he was saying, he was like, usually I don't like people. And he said it was more jovial and high spirit, like it didn't come across me. But for me, it was the nature of what he was saying. But it was like, usually I don't like when people touch me. And you have touched me a lot. That was another part where I left out. I don't know if I said that in the first place, but he definitely said that. He was like, and that's what made me go into like, oh my God. So I ignored the usually and heard, I don't like people touching me, and you have touched me a lot. That's what I heard. But then, so it didn't take long for us to get it straight, but it was just, I'm hyper aware of that. And I'm like, I like you, so I never want you to feel uncomfortable. So when he said that, I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, thank you for letting me know. He's like, no. And he's like, I'm hot, you're hot. Listen, I'm saying, usually I feel that way, but with you, I don't. So then I'm like, I don't want to go too deep in my head, but now I'm replaying it. You're saying you usually don't like people touching you. And not only am I touching you, and I'm totally, I mean, yeah, we've been seeing each other for a few years, but we really don't know each other. I'm definitely a stranger to you. And he would be correct to say, I have like, oh my God, get out of here. Do-do-do-do-do. Maybe I hit tap his leg, and granted, I have a crush on you, but that is just how I talk. If you were a girl, I'll be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm in my head thinking, you don't like people touching you, but I'm touching you. And I'm not only touching you, but I'm touching you a lot. And you're okay with it. What does that mean? Now, this was before I told him I had a crush on him. But in my head, I knew, I'm like, oh my God, I like him. I like the way he was. I just liked him. I liked how he was talking. He was kind of goofy. But I'm like, I would want to sit with him where we can just have like a few hours. We ended up being out there a few hours, but I meant like, I didn't want it to end. I just wanted to keep talking, and learn more information and just share more information. Because for me, I don't mind. Be careful. This guy was about to pull out in front of the car. So then I lifted my hand. I saw it. Anyway, it didn't happen. Y'all have no clue. And when I dropped him off, he was like, oh my God, because it was something he was trying to explain about. What's your cash? It was just a whole thing about giving me that money for the gas. It's like, don't worry. I know you're good for it. Go to work so you're not late. That was the whole point of all this. So you would be late. So let's not run late trying to figure this out. And inshallah, it's only going to be something like $10. I'm not asking for him to fill my tank for one ride. But he said to me later once I got home, he was like, and when he got to work, I think it was, he was like, oh my God, I just realized I should have gave you my card so you could hold it until I got back from work. And I'm like, why would I take your credit card for over $10? And also, if I like you, and I told him that, I was like, what if we develop this into whatever it is? I was like, to me, it's not fostering trust that I'm asking to hold your credit card until what? And what am I going to do with it? And what if you actually need it? Like, you'll pay me. I believe you. You'll pay me. So, and how would I look doing that to someone I'm trying to date? Like, it's not weird of you to offer it to me. It would have been weird if I accepted it. Like, I see why you thought that made sense to you, but even though my gas tank is low, I'm like, I still have enough to put gas on my tank. I'm just saying that, especially now, if you were my dude, I would feel a little bit different. I would have just probably ate that, but I'm like, until you give me a definitive yes, you like me, even though, yeah, you're dancing around it, but I didn't dance around it. I told you flat out what it was giving. But you're not going to give it to me how I gave it to you. I should probably go to the salon and get these nails taken off. What do y'all think? Do you feel, come to Mother Tyson. She said, do you feel like you can be friends with him specifically, even if he doesn't feel the same way as you do? Ooh, I think so, honestly, because I've actually done that before. I started to say, ooh, let me think, but thought about it. I had a friend, the Pitbull. When we started, it started with a situation. He started as a fan. This was way back when, so early, when I was like maybe 2 years, 3 years, and then however long. And but then I've been hoping I ran into you, and we started hanging out. Then I developed a crush on him, and it was like, and that wasn't really the energy. It was a little weird, but then ultimately we were even closer after that. So No, it can be done. But but it would be easier for me if he just told me flat out no. Because then I wouldn't have to sit here and be like, oh, he's saying no because I pulled it out right at 88. Um, it, it wouldn't be me saying, oh, he said we can't do it because we like the same thing. That's not the same as saying no. Because no would be whether we like the same thing or don't. I'm not into this. Saying to someone, I like you. Do you like me? You're attracted. First of all, you said I was sweet and you said I was attractive. Plus, you said, now this gonna sound negative, but it's not really negative. You're like, and we like the same thing. But we don't. We do, but we don't. Because I'm sure he likes what I like too, but in just a different way. I don't know. So I'm telling him, so I'm like, just tell me no. And then I could say, fine, let's work on the friendship. And then I could just focus on that, but where he's concerned. But and that's another thing I don't like. I hope he's not one of those. I don't like when a person will be like, oh, I like the attention that you're giving me since you have a crush on me. So even if you don't like me, you don't want to tell me flat out no, because you want to keep that energy around you of someone being like, oh, I like you. Because even if you keep dragging me like this energy out like this, then I'll just make my own executive decision like this nigga don't like me. Or if he don't like me how I like him, that's okay. But I'm moving on. But that thing right there, I'm like, you. I was like, okay. All right. After all that time, what it took for us to talk, now we hanging out every day since then. Not to make it seem like we gonna hang out tomorrow too, but I mean, if we did, I'm like, are we really hanging out how friends? And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, even though it's not like something like, oh, we're having dinner, but I'm telling you, each time we hang out, the energy feels like it's a little mini date. Yeah, we just be kicking it, but it's just the way it is. Like back there with the babies or with his baby and then with mine, both of them. Yeah, just tell me now. I don't like thinking like this. Like I don't like thinking like, because yes, I in my heart of hearts, I feel like, see, this is where he can deny it. I'm not saying that he would though, but this is where he can deny it. In my opinion, the way he was doing those workouts were designed to like get a response. I think. Now, granted, he was like, he could say, I was gonna do that whether you came or not, right? But it's an energy to it. I can't explain it. I'd have to like really go into deep. I can't explain it actually, but I just don't want to talk about it that deeply. Or I'm like explaining it. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, there's no fucking way. You gotta know. No, not you like me. You just don't want to admit it. I don't know if that's a Taurus thing. I'm gonna look it up. You don't want to admit it, and why? Because in the end, that's all you're gonna say. So why drag it? Especially if I came right out of the closet, like I like you, I have a crush on you. You know you like me back, but you know why? Because he's giving that thing where it's like, oh, I can't just admit it over one day just because you told me you like me. I have to be more demure. Like I think he thinks if he tells me yes, I'm gonna lose. I don't know. I don't want to put myself in his head. I don't know what he's thinking. But I do wonder, like, you know you like me. I promise y'all, I'm not delusional. Someone's gonna say, "Isn't that what a delusional person?" You're right. That is what they would say, but I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I was there and pray for me. Y'all pray for Mr. Flowers. Pray for this. Because honestly, whatever Allah intends is gonna happen. So if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm totally wrong, Allah won't allow it to happen. And we will just maintain a friendship. whether we are close friends or just distant friends, like every so often, you want to hang out, you want to smoke. Well, I don't see why not. You're right up the street, you know. Um, I can be so wrong. I always have to say that because I really could be, but and I'm just letting it breathe. All this whole time I let it breathe. Now I will say, hey, you want company, bro? But his response is like, this nigga like me. You have a routine that you normally do, plus right behind that you have to go to work. You like me. You wanted me to see you do this routine that you wanted a response. I even think he wanted more of a response. I think because I had another guy once that I was dealing with who was like, he even used the R word. He was like, I want you to R me. It's like, what? But he ain't from here. He's from out the country. So, like, South America. They be talking funny. I'm like, I don't think you. He's like, no, I know what that means, Tony. I'm like, okay. Like, but you gotta be rough with me, honey. And he literally used that word. He's like, you gotta. He's like, I wanted you honestly to just rip my clothes off and do whatever you want. I'm like, I'm okay. If you tell me, okay, we're gonna do some, what do you call that? Role playing or whatever, like whatever that would be, then it's different. But to just think I'm about to activate that, girl, that's not in me to do. You'd have to be a certain kind of person to just think we're having a conversation and now I'm ripping your clothes off. Now, if you now you've told me you're into that, and it's different now because you're telling me something. But I'm like, people are into interesting things, and I'm not even saying it's wrong. Basically, what he's saying is he wants rough sex. I get it, and maybe with an element of fantasy to it, where I'm not here to judge. I don't know why, but as long as we're talking about that and we're having an understanding what we're discussing, because I'm like, do you know what that means? Yes, I'm like, okay. And he really is. He's probably the freakiest person I ever met. And he's married his husband, and his husband knows. He'd be out here just, yeah. Anyway. I don't know how I got on him. There was something I was saying. Oh, I'm not going to just, I sensed that he wanted me to grab his waist when he was doing that one thing. Like, maybe I should have asked, like, do you need, what do you call it? What do you call it when you're in the gym and you have someone to help you? Oh, do you need me to spot you or some shit? But that was a risk. I think he would have been like, that's one thing about him. See, he don't like talking about it. Because he even said something to me like that today. He was like, at one point he was like, okay, I got to do this exercise. I was like, all right, let's see it. Because, and then he was like, you don't have to say let's see it because I know you're not doing the workout and you're just watching. So sometimes it, like, basically I don't have to, I don't know. I understood it though. Basically just, I know you're looking, just look, just enjoy, but don't. It was giving like that energy where it's like, I get it, where it's like, oh, let me tell you how to love me. I get it. I wasn't offended. I got it. It was just giving like, but I'm telling you, that's another part. Like every time I try to be like, no, maybe I'm wrong. I'm telling you, he was checking me out. Yes, he was. Just like yesterday, he was checking me out. I was checking him out too. Oh, that's what happened. Oh my God, I left out a whole chunk of Wendy's. So what happened? So we went to Wendy's. To cut it short, when we got up there, the lady, she really wasn't helpful, and that's just true. We were very nice with her. I did most of the talking because he's so soft-spoken. He'd be like, can I get a double cheese? Like, maybe have a little bit more volume, but it is softer. So my voice is softer too, but it's more projectile, so people will hear me. You gotta be like right close to him to be like, it's not that it's like you just gotta be closer. Because even when he be talking louder, I'm like, that's as loud as you go. You know how you be watching a video and you be trying to turn it up? And you be like, that's as loud as the video goes. But anyway. So we made the order. And then it was something with the order that was wrong and whatever. And it was like he wanted to be a diva or like, but he needs some muscle to go with it. Because even though he's buff, I just get this sense, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'll find out when we talk more. Maybe he's been in plenty of fights. What do I know? Then I get this energy about him. Not to say that we were going to get into a fight, but I just get this energy about him that. Because at first when we went in there, I'm like, let me see how he. Because I was like, you want me to come in with you? I was like, you can? I'm like, yeah, I'll go in because I don't like her energy and I'll give you some backup. I'll go. So we cracked the windows for the babies, went in there. And there was this other guy who was a big guy. I saw him. I thought he was. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be a problem, but at first it was like, okay. Yeah, okay, you see me, I see you. But I didn't really give him an issue, but it was just an energy check on both ends. Like, you see me, I see you, okay. But then I guess he liked us for men. He's saying he liked me. I think he was, I don't know, I really don't know, but he was like, because what happened was, he's trying to get this thing right with this order for us, and he was paying for it. Or paid for it, but he wanted to exchange the fries for the nuggets. It was a whole thing with that. He was being real soft spoken about it, and they were like, huh? What? Even when we were face to face with him. So because I already knew he was trying to say, I was like, what he's saying, and then I just stepped in. Because I'm like, that's the type of nigga I want. When if it's because I can see he be tongue tied and stuff. I'm like, okay. So now I can see, okay, I get it. I'm not gonna sit there and just be like behind you, letting you stutter and then making faces to you like, what? Huh? Girl, what you like? I'm like, and then I'm like, you know what? And how about this? Let's cut it short. Let me just buy the nuggets. He's like, oh no, you don't have to buy them. I'm like, no, let me just buy the nuggets because you've already bought all the rest of the food. And may I also buy a Sprite because he thought it came with 2 drinks. It didn't. The point is I was like, let me get a Sprite and the nuggets that he's wanting. How many pieces do you want? 6 pieces, fine. Let's do a 6 pieces. Because my thing is, we're about to go and have a good time, have good vibes with our babies. We are getting all this shit together. Let's just enjoy it. To me, I can afford these nuggets. Let me get the nuggets so we can go and enjoy our food and be in a good energy. It wasn't worth it. Them bitches were miserable, and I could see that. I'm like, girl, fuck them. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, audio, what's up? The anticipation is so strong and can get frustrating sometimes, especially if you're being clear with him and he's not making things. Yeah, I think but to be fair, this is also super fresh and super new, so I'm gonna give him some grace and say he may just have a different style. I'm just like on the nose. I like to be straightforward, so I put it out there. I like you. I have a crush on you. And I'm normally not that straightforward in those type of situations, but given what I've been through in the past, I just figure, what do I have to lose? Except for time. By playing this game that I've already done too many times, and then ultimately finding out, oh, we shouldn't be dating, or oh, it wasn't that, and so that's a year of my life. Being like kind of 654 succession, you know what I'm saying? So this time I said, you know what? I'm gonna just tell this man how I feel. Just keep it moving. If he likes me, alhamdulillah, because I'm telling you, he don't know this yet, but maybe you just don't know. On every level, I can, as they say back in the day, sockets to you, boo. Every level. There are things about me I haven't even unleashed yet that if you were my man, I would unleash them on you. And it would be incredible. And it would be perhaps like a drug, euphoric, in a term, in a word, mentally, spiritually, physically. My real concern would be making sure that we can make sure our money is right. Because some other things, oh baby, we got that on lock. Are you kidding me? bitch, please. But like I said, he's playing it coy, and all I can do is respect that. And if after it gets to a point, if I feel like it's dragging too long, I can go. But those are my options. Like tell it click right. That's what I think. He was talking crazy. Hold on, which one was talking crazy? Who? What did I say? I must have lost. I forgot what I was saying. Audio. Yeah. I feel like I want to watch it. Every time I look, but then again, no, because Taurus is the sign that I fuck with. And even they will say, Taurus and Scorpio, I'm like, even the stars will say we go well together. I see that all the time. But even if I hadn't, just on the strength of my ex, I'm like, when I think of Taurus, I think of my ex like he's the real Taurus. Even though the guy that I have a crush on told me there's a difference between May and April Taurus. And to be truthful, there probably is because there are things about him that remind me of my ex a lot as far as Taurus traits. But then there are things about him that I think this is what I wish my ex had. Not that I want it from him now, but I just mean like at the time. Because I guarantee you, we'll see. I'm not gonna put the card because again, I could be totally wrong, and then by tomorrow I'll be like, oh, I was wrong, you guys. I'll be like Carly Rae. Hey, everybody. I was wrong. I was wrong all along. Did you get your photo? No, I'm not holding it longer. Go ahead. No problem. I was wrong. I was completely, totally wrong. Would you like for me to sign your copy? Like, bitch, I don't have a problem. But, but when at some point I gotta be right. But if I get it right, let's be as loud about that right as we were about that wrong. But I hope I'm not wrong. He's fantastic. I mean, it would be good enough for me. When I say good enough, I don't mean that like, oh, it's good enough. I mean like I wouldn't be feeling like, oh, I can do better than this. I will be happy with what Allah said okay to for me. Like, okay, this will do. If that's true. If it's not true, then it's just I'm just talking right now. But if it's true, then it's like I was saying something. Child started thinking about that workout and I'm like, you did this on purpose. I know you did. You like me. Why would you do that? I would not invite somebody to do something like that, especially if I knew they told me they liked me and I know what my workout entails. You wanted me. Girl, you. I'm praying on it. Listen, the good news. So after I came home from dropping them off to the train, hopped on the phone with the attorneys. This time, a different office, but the office actually that I worked with in the first place. But I wanted to just shop around because last time I started with them and I liked them actually a lot. But I was like, the first attorney I went to, I stayed with. So maybe let me just see what else is out there. But these other bitches was on some bullshit. So I had already pinned that email almost to the year, to the day. We're a few days. Well, no, we're not. No, we're more than a few days. Because if it was the 8th, May 8th, when we were doing this, I think it was the first time I can remember. Now it's May 18th, so that's 10 days, a year and 10 days. But I kept that email. I reached out. And we went through the process, of course. But then they were like, make a phone call. Made the phone call. And I don't know. I don't really want to go too deep in it because I don't want people knowing the strategy and knowing what. I mean, I don't mind people knowing the strategy, but people so that they can be like, oh, let's pray against it. That's why I'm trying not to give so many details about things, period. But it was a miracle. I'm going to give it till probably Thursday before I confirm, but it's just a miracle. I'm like, here we go again. This is a law. Who can say no? Really? Who can honestly fucking say no? It's crazy. It's miraculous. It's a miracle. But now that means now that the business part is starting to wind down, I can focus more on the house and then even more fun stuff because now things are about to open up in shop a lot. And a lot keeps changing the plan. I'm like, do you just do this to see if I'm willing to go with you no matter where you tell me to go? This is me talking to God. Like, what? I'm actually happy with this turnout, but I wish I would have known it sooner. The law's telling me you should have made the call sooner. And the thing of it was is because I was looking at it from a different angle. Like I've been through this before, so I didn't even consider. Anyway, but it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. I just didn't know that you learned something every fucking day, don't you? That's crazy. And let me see. Let's just pretend. Let me see. Okay. That's crazy. And that actually, that they're letting me do it this way. Is that the lawyer from Walmart? No, 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 no. That was a different lawsuit. This is a whole other thing. I'll tell you once I get confirmation. But give me a beat. Once I get confirmation, then I'll let you know because it really is a miracle. But you gotta let things breathe, give things time, blah blah blah. You know how it is. It's true. But yeah, this guy, I'm really excited to. I mean, I don't want to get too excited though. I mean, I know I'll get over it no matter what, but I don't want to get too excited because I really don't. I don't want to make it out like, oh, because there's 100% zero pressure for him to like me back, honestly. And I'm not just saying be like, oh, just because it sounds good. That's actually how I feel about it. But I wish he would just give me a straight answer. That I do wish. And I can say that. Because to me, I'm like, I get it. I know you're trying to be demure, but I'm kind of just like I know what I want type of dude. And I don't even know, this is like new for me because normally I probably would have gave it more time, but I think in this season I'm just like, no, I don't want to. Do you like me? What's up? I think that's just where I'm at. And now that I've done that, the ball really is in his court. So I'm like, you know I like you, so we're not about you ain't have to play. That's you over there playing. That's you. Talk about something. What? Girl. Here you go. Like and you see me being totally what's the word I'm looking for? Like bashful. I don't even know if that's the right word. So you know what it is. You know I like you. You see the way I'm acting in front of you. And you're doing all of this. Talk about something. What? But you talking about what? But girl, you don't think you have eyes and you can see me? I can see you. So I see I can also see when you're checking me out, girl. Just say you like me and we can let it and we can just be nothing don't have to change. Except now my mindset is we like each other. So then if I do something romantic, it won't be cringe. Because it's like, well, we like each other. But maybe he told me he was dating someone. I wonder if that was in there. But is it serious? Like, how deep are y'all? Honestly, I wouldn't want to interrupt. Like, someone's gonna say, girl, if they're not fully together, then, like, if they're not, Yeah. Yeah, he read that totally wrong. See, look, okay, let me just read it first. Yeah. See, we are just giving good friends and good intentional friendship are staples too. Yeah, but that was based off of what he thought. So look, it reads, yes, see, we like the same thing. It's giving good friends and good intentional friendships are staples to me. So, but that's not saying no. That's saying no because we like when I answered the question, it's the way I answered it. I think I see what he read, but let me just say. That's what I'm saying. So actually, that's what I'm saying. It was like, oh, you're sweet. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, girl, you don't have to. I'm older than you, so I definitely can't be like the baby brother thing. But it's like, oh, you're so sweet. But my point is, even here, you're asking me about my preference. Like, I'm like, okay. And you said you're dating. That could be like you're dating, like you're open to it. You're dating multiple people. Like you're not. You would have said it different if it was more of a committed thing, like something serious. I think. And then I was very cool. I was like, I get it. Just wanted to know. So when we hang out, I know exactly what time it is, and that is true. But like I said, after his response to that, because I answered the question, and he was like, "Yeah, we like the same thing." I'm like, so I assumed he meant we were both like me, but actually he was wrong. So I'm like, I'm telling you, this is what he's saying, but I think he likes me, or maybe he really doesn't. I always have to say that because what if I'm wrong? And if I am wrong, then okay, but I don't think I am. So for whatever that's worth, confirmation. Oh man, you guys, I think I'm about to wrap up. Today was a good day. Like it was by Thursday I'll give you guys confirmation of the good news. But yeah, it was a good day. Tiring. I did a lot of ripping and running. The picture that they're recommending is the shirt that I'm in right now. Isn't that interesting? From 2023. Um, he's not telling you that it's wrong. What do you mean, Mother Tay? And then I think I'm gonna wrap up. But what do you mean he's not telling me it's wrong? I love this lotion. To like him. Okay, he's telling you that it's wrong. So, word. Oh, that it's wrong to like him because you said you didn't know if it was wrong. Okay, so let me see what you're saying. You're saying, okay, he's not telling you that it's wrong. In other words, like to like him, like because you said you didn't know if it was wrong. But like, if it was wrong that if I was wrong that he likes me back, because that was what I was thinking. Like, I know that I like him, but and I get this now. Maybe I like him more than he likes me. Now that could be the thing. Um, but there definitely is a mutual like. I don't care what he said, girl. God. If it's not, then it's like you're playing on people's emotions. Where it's like, oh, I want you to think I like you, but really I don't. I'll get over it. I'll just go away. Like, I'm not interested in playing those kind of games. But hold on, someone's pulling into my driveway. I guess they were just using it to go the opposite way. If it was wrong to like him because he wasn't interested, oh word. I feel like he would probably more than likely tell you, but he hasn't told you. No, right. And then that's another part with the whole touching thing. Why are you okay with me doing it then? Like, and maybe I'm going too deep on that, but don't you think that means something? Like, you usually don't like this, but for me, you don't mind. Why don't you mind it though? If under any other circumstance this would bug you, why is it not bugging you now? And that's why he kept laughing. He was like, no, it's just funny to me because, oh my God, usually I hate when people touch me. Like, the more he, like, that's what I'm saying, because it took us, I'm like, oh my, that's why I was like, oh my God, then I apologize. Like, no, that's the thing. You've touched me a lot. I'm paraphrasing the whole thing, but that's what it was. It was like, just throughout the conversation, like, oh my God, yeah, like, and he was like, but I don't mind, because I was like, apologizing and shit, like, my bad, 7-Eleven. So I'm saying right there, especially when you saw that I responded well, like, oh my bad, my bad. And he was like, no, it's not a problem. I don't have a problem with it. And I was like, and by the time we closed that, I was like, so you sure? Like, you cool? You know, yeah. So it will be like, that's so weird. But again, the ambiguity of it all, I'm like, that's what I can't take. On one level, it's kind of sexy, but I'm like, if you just told me that you liked me, I don't have to know all the answers, but just so I can know that one part and then move on. Not like move on past this, but like, I don't know. But I'm telling you, the nigga like me. I could be so wrong about that, but it just feels that way because. Oh, then when we were leaving Wendy's, the guy come running out because he was trying to talk. I thought he was trying to talk to us both, but he told us no. He was trying to talk to him like, "Are you sure about that?" Because then when I'm literally about to pull onto the street to leave, he running out to my window like, "Hey, where are you from?" Like, I look at the guy I'm in the car with him. Like, he was like, "Oh, I'm from everywhere or nowhere or something like that." I'm like, and me, I just told him the truth. I was like, "I'm from Phoenix, Arizona." He was like, and maybe he said something like, "Oh, we're not interested," or whatever he said. And then when the guy walked in, he was like, "Girl, I think he came here for you." I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he came here for us. But it's just little telltale signs. And that's another part. When we're in the car talking, and someone's going to say, well, that's what people do. But it was just the way that's like how he will turn his entire body towards me. That's a small thing, but I don't know. It just be things like that I'm looking at. Like, and then what about that water thing? What about that thing with him putting that cold cup of ice onto his leg? Because it was like, oh, it's hot in the car. And I get that, but it was just everything about it. It was the way he did it. Because if it was really just about getting some cool on your leg, you would have rubbed it and then rubbed it in. But he was drawing on his leg like this. Let me see if I can mimic it. Like, maybe I'm tripping. You said because you didn't say it was wrong. He hasn't told you it's wrong. Oh, got you. Right. I keep saying I'm not gonna overthink it, but it looks like I've already done that. I'm gonna try not to overthink this because he's cute or whatever. I mean, whatever. A week ago, I wasn't even thinking about this. When I would see him, I'd be like, okay, there's the cute one that is bougie, but then it'll be out of my head. No, we would. What it is he would ask me something. I'm gonna tell you how he did it, Mother Tay. And I don't remember exactly how it went, but I'm just kind of giving you the idea. It was something like, let's just say he said to me, "Oh, so what are you gonna be doing later?" And as I'm answering it, he grabs the cup, puts it on his leg, lets the water kind of drip down his thigh. It's a circle, but then it's like it's dripping down. I'm trying to describe it how it went. And as that's happening, he's doing what I just showed you on his leg. Now, at first, I'm talking, but then it gets to the point where I just stop talking. Because I'm like, if you want to do that, I would prefer to just, whatever question you ask me, I'm more interested in what you're doing. And you know that. If you're going to do that, it's either we can talk or what. I didn't say that, but I just stopped talking. And then when I got quiet, then is when he looked up at me and was like, what? Why did you stop talking? And I would literally make that face to him, like, are you serious? Why did I stop talking? I'm like, what are you? I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm just trying to cool down or whatever he said. Come, I'm like, granted, I can't immediately say that's flirting, but I find that to be flirtatious. Someone's gonna say, well, if it was hot, I'm just dropping. Look, that's my cue. I was gaming early and I was like, I brought two, just so I didn't have to run back to the fridge, but it don't matter. But I mean, I'm trying to be fair and like keep it balanced. Like, okay, I get it. That's not the most dramatic thing, but that is enough. Like, not enough, but it's something. Like, he could have just wiped it into his leg, thigh, whatever, but he didn't. It was like he did it. And when I stopped talking, then it was like, so he knew. So he was listening, but he knew because the moment I stopped talking, maybe 5 seconds passed. Not a lot of time, however long it was, before he would be like, what? Why did you stop talking? Finish what you were saying. Like playing like he don't know. Like, you like me. That's just what you're saying. And if you really don't, then stop acting like that. Or maybe we don't need to be friends. Because now it's like, we've already unlocked Pandora's box. And we haven't even taken it that far, but so maybe we could still be friends. If we slept together, then I think I have to say no. Maybe we could. I don't know. Maybe we could. I'm sure we could. But why did you stop talking? And then looking at me like he really don't know. Even like with the workout, like I'm like, you're doing this. I didn't say that, but in my mind, I'm like, he's doing this on purpose. So you may as well enjoy the show because that's what he wants you to do. Because it's not like, hey, can you stop staring? Because I always even said, like, am I looking at you? And he was like, he had threw this little acorn at me, like, but he did it in such a flirtatious way. I'm like, is that really what you want from me? Is to be your friend? I mean, if I was your man, obviously you would want me to be your friend too. But I'm saying, is that really what you want from me? Like, just be honest. I told you, I'm the one who made myself super vulnerable first. Now here you are. Like, because you know you want me. He was definitely checking me out. And then, like, when he would look, and I feel like he was giggling because, bitch, you like what you see. It's both ways. That's the reason why he was giggling like a little school person. Because I'm like, why do I have to be a schoolgirl? I guess, like, why is it? It's always like, oh, you throw like a girl. It's always negative, you know what I'm saying? Like, or something where it's immature or something around a girl. But whatever the case is, we both say, hey, it might be best. Tell me how you feel and that you want more clarity on how he feels about you. I know, but I know. Temptress. Oh, is that what you think it's giving? Those are kind of dangerous, though. That's what I hear. So maybe I should just back out now before I get sucked in. It's giving. Is it Miyatoma? I don't mind some temptation if it's clear. Like I like you, you like me. Like we go on a date and now I'm massaging you and it's no guarantee we're gonna get down. Like we can tease each other in certain ways, but I don't want to be teased in other ways. It just depends. Shaw, I gotta get ready to go and transfer some money and get something to eat, probably a burrito and another soda. Or even some Sunny Delight since I just had to, maybe to break that up a little bit. Oh, if I would have grabbed his waist the way I sensed that he wanted me to, girl, you wouldn't have went to work. Or you would have got there a lot later. Then I would have had to drive all the way to work. I can already say. It would have been given. You made me late, so can you take me to work? And he's so. I'm like, girl, I will just. Okay, let me go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. I wanted to make sure I came back since the first show was interrupted because I went to hang with homeboy, the one I'm telling you about right now. And he was like, "Where's the baby?" He was like, "I was like, I didn't bring her. I didn't bring him today. Is that the only way I can see you? Is if I bring my kid?" All right, I'm out of here. I love you.